Schmanti and off-brand increase assault in games like Senran Kagura is sexist and is despised by women. I think you should take a hint and realize women hate the guys that play that game. Honestly, every time I hear the word Senran Kagura, the game series, I always just remember the Nintendo Direct where they explained their physics engine and how they literally had pudding. I don't know if I'm allowed to explain what type of physics this whole pudding thing was used for, but I'm pretty certain everybody can take a pretty good guess. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/justneckbeardthings, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more content like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on those notifications. Okie dokie, let's go.
Myself summary. I perceive myself as an intellectual and a gentleman. Whilst I am no old-fashioned individual, I am quite astute in today's technological appliances. I perceive in proper dress and conduct, and on a typical Friday night, I am younger, sipping wine and listening to classical music. I prefer my own proper life company to the company of ignorance, to follow our illogical rights. The most private thing I am willing to admit, I'm still a virgin by cause of unfortunacies. I am really good at. Many say that I am away with words. I have, you could say, won arguments by over impossibly complex subjects such as religion and civil rights over the internet. This may not sound impressive, but the internet can be a ruthless pit of those unaware of its nuances.
I'm sorry for anybody wearing headphones, because I had to listen to myself do all that again because I was clipping the audio, and oh boy.
Asian girls only.
That is a weird name to have on your birth certificate, my dude.
I have an Asian fetish. That means I like to have lots of sensual smexu time with cute Asian girls. If you're a non-Asian girl, don't bother messaging me unless you are hot. A non-Asian girl has to be an 8 out of 10 or hotter for me to be able to get a boner for her. Anyone with goals and a dream job and their whole life planned out is an NPC. The game makers programmed your storyline, girl. You didn't choose 15 years of med school. Who TF would choose that? If you're just winging this stuff, like me, that's what's up. We are the real players. Which side mission you are on right now? I'm an embroidery. I'm bad at it.
You're also bad at posting it online because you thought this was a good idea. And why do I get the feeling these people are gonna start taking notebooks to Loki with the whole time stream stuff?
I'm working on getting legally married to my waifu.
You mean to tell me there's an illegal way?
Me and my waifu have been together since March 3rd of 2020, and I think it's time we get married. I have so much love for my waifu, and we want to be together forever. But I'm going to wait until next year so we can have our honeymoon in Japan. I don't know if it is legal in Japan, but I know a man married an anime girl, so I bet we can get married without any problems. Yes, I have already proposed to her, and she said yes. That was on April 25th, 2021.
Sure you just didn't splice a clip of the person saying yeah? Still, I'm kinda stuck on that whole illegal way, because I feel like the illegal way involves Vegas. My male friend told me he'd rather go for a girl in a relationship because he'd only be up against one other boy, but if she was single, he'd be up against 20. Scary. I ain't saying he's right, but he ain't wrong either.
From purely a psychological perspective, it is far easier to date a person already in a relationship, destroy the current and have them date you, than it is to convince a single person to date
date you. The person already in a relationship identifies as being part of a unit. The single person does not. You can befriend the person in a relationship, hear the woes of the current. There is always at least one thing people need to work on, and then start presenting as fixed/goods in those areas of woe. A single person, you need to prove you add value to their existence, which is much harder. Okay, but you don't, like, none of you fail to realize that, you know, the cheating thing is bad, you know, or is it only bad unless you're doing it? Why aren't real girls like the ones in the anime and video games? Seriously, they have more of an appeal than whatever real-life humans are supposed to be. This is disregarding art direction and fantasy settings. Personally, I hate the reality I live in. I'm strictly talking about behavior and simplicity. Yes, I know I come off as a pervert, but that's my sense of humor. I don't actually want to throw rocks at girls or shove a summer squash in her face. I just think it's funny when fictional girls get the harassment because I know they don't really exist unless you count the many worlds theory, but I digress, and it's simply meant in good fun. But I feel like a lot of real-world girls are complicated. Unlike girls in fiction, they have many, many facets to them, and all of that baggage can weigh on everyone around them. Most girls in fiction are more simpler and typically don't have as many personality issues. I just want someone to like me for who I am, and pouring my soul out to a real girl would almost certainly lead to rejection. It's also easier for me to relate to a fictional girl because reality doesn't sense a lot of the time. Sigh. I'm stuck awake thanks to fireworks, and I've become maudlin. I need a drink. You don't need a drink, dude. You need a reality check. Also, why am I not surprised this is in the Smash community? I've always liked the idea of the multiverse theory myself and all the variations of myself that could be doing these types of videos and stuff, but at the same time, then you have people like this that get weird with it. Heart this tweet to be the first to experience Marvel Studios' Black Widow on July 9th. Unless you get naked or mix out with another chick, I won't be watching. Honestly, this just made me think that this might just be a stupider version of the phrase, "Will you just let the customer?" Honestly, I've been looking forward to this movie for a very long time, and the way that they did Taskmaster in all of this looked really, really good, so I've just been excited for a new Marvel movie in a while. I kind of wish that they would put some type of Stan Lee cameo in the actual movie in the form of some type of photo or homage to him somewhere hidden in the movie. That would have been just great, and it would have been a fantastic way to immortalize the cameos. The cockapoo doesn't have much going for it. The bird can't fly and can barely walk. To attract females, the male will dig a hole and sit in it, shouting loudly at the female passing by. Rarely does this work, so it waddles off to find a rock and has S with that instead. Yeah, you can just guarantee there's a lovely little demographic of people who saw this and wanted to go try this out because they saw the word rarely.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Someone said something to me the other day that I've heard a handful of times, and that's, "I can't believe you're not in a relationship." I honestly don't really know what to say, because I wish I knew why I wasn't either. I definitely hold my standards high, and am a little picky, but I feel like you should be if you are looking for someone to spend the rest of your life with. I know my worth, and I know what I deserve, so I guess the timing isn't right. I still think the girl for me might not be living here. The ladies in this area are effing atrocious. The main issue is I would like a younger girl with an woman's mentality. They say that the men are usually the more immature ones, and I agree, but women aren't that far off, especially with a mindset of society today glamorizing not being monogamous. It sucks because I wish I had the answers, but I guess that's just the jigsaw puzzle of life, trying to keep my head up and always work on myself, so I'll be the best versions of me for myself and hopefully my future wife. Dude, you do fail to realize that even if you're setting the standards for what you want in another person up really high, the standards for yourself that other people are looking at are not anywhere near that. Like, you can't want somebody who's athletic, ripped, six-pack abs or anything, and then you yourself are not anywhere near that whatsoever. The only part I kind of agree on this with is the whole thing about men likely being immature, because I'm pretty certain it's dudes that coined the term hold my beer, and 9.5 out of 10 times, somebody winds up getting hurt based on the actions that come after that phrase. And I can vouch for that because I've done that myself. There is absolutely no instance where that phrase is said and somebody don't get hurt. And with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and to see more content like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.